And I did this over about 6 months with no success, because I didn't understand at the time that vegetables and carrot juice wasn't the most powerful tool I could use to expectorate or pull mucus or lymph. I didn't understand that. I understood the fruitarian, but I was moving away from that, and I love my fruits, but everybody at the time, remember, there's a lot of influences in your consciousness. I can see it in Brandon's. And so you had an anthropology, you study this, you study that, and pretty soon, when someone has a strong understanding of something in their world, then pretty soon they pull you into their world and you're believing what they say, because it sounds pretty good. But when you separate it all down and you bring it all down to truth, you're sitting on it right now. Whether you can adapt to it, whether you can get it, whether whatever. But you just can't ignore the fact that we're frugivorish species, whether you live, no matter where you live. And you have to adapt to some of that, or you're not going to be well. That's all there is to it. And those that get off of the raw foods get sick again. I tell you, if you get yourself really healthy, it'll take you years and years and years and years to get sick again. Years. But you have to be careful, because if you don't go that way, and you go halfway, you go a fourth of the way, and you start eating your eating habits, it's just a matter of time, and your symptoms will come roaring back. Some of you experience it already with just one meal. One meal away from your fruitarian or your raw foods. It's not just fruitarian. I'm into raw. I'm into salads, but not in detoxification. I'm not. But in a daily lifestyle, absolutely. But realize the healthier you get, the less you need to eat. You don't need to eat all these things. And food combinations is important. And protein and starch combinations is the worst for anyone, whether you live on the top of the Himalayas or you have a little deep sea diving equipment and you're down under the water. What I am confused about is, why is my lump in throat so much more when I am tense or under stress? Well, everything is much more when you're tense and under stress. When you're tense and under stress, the kidneys are not going, they're not filtering. Your adrenals, the epinephrine and the norepinephrine is the focus, and the dopamines and the acetylcholines are the non-focus. So you have less elimination and therefore more lymph expression, especially if your lymph is really backed up. Your lymph nodes will grow. You'll find, if you check your lymph nodes every once in a while, you'll feel them going up and down, up and down. And that's related to environment, it's related to foods, it's related to stress, it's related to all these things. This is why I said relaxation is really the key to being well. And this is why in fasting, animals just sit back and say, hey man, I need a break, I'm going to take a rest for a while. We need to do that. And so that's why you feel that way. But it's still showing you that if you're under stress and you see things like a lump more, you just in your face to get rid of it. Get this out of you. But it's going back to your kidneys and adrenals. And that's just kind of a little showing you that story there about that. Doctors over the years were telling me that is all in my head. No, that's not in your head, my friend. And this is a common issue. So, yeah, that's a problem. Everything's in your head when you go to the medical doctors. Because the lump gets, because the lump is always there 24/7. Of course, it might appear like it's not there sometimes. I know, but you know what? Really, my friend, pick yourself up. This is a teddy bear. See that pretty teddy bear? Kick yourself up. If you have to, get yourself up on a grape fast, lemon fast, whatever you have to do. But you're going to get maybe a sore throat, but you're going to, and it's going to come up. Most likely, but I've seen these swellings, you're going to bring that right up. It could go down and be carried to the lymph nodes and out. It could. That's the goal, is to get the body to move that lymph. But generally when they're up here and bronchioles and stuff, that's generally how that goes. A lot of lung cancer comes right up and out. So it's something that you see there. But keep working till that lump is totally gone, because that's an acid mucus lump. Coco Bev. Man, what a name, sweetheart. Coco Loco Bev. Hi, honey. I haven't seen your name here. Bananas. Is bananas on the list as well? Bananas, You know, I told you, I think this before, that I had a 3-doctorate professor in Canada who studied, some big wig at a big university up there had studied the potato, the blueberry, and the banana all his life. Sounded like a smart cookie to me. So I figured his knowledge around these foods were probably going to be the best I could find, but he claimed the banana was nature's perfect food. And if you look at it, it is the only fruit that really ripens nutritively after you pick it green. Everything else ferments to ripen. It doesn't really ripen, it just ferments to die. But the banana will continue to ripen nutritively. That's pretty cool. And so it is a good food. Not too unripe, no. Too ripe, no. So that magic, I'm all yellow, maybe a couple spots of brown. Look, we are having a beautiful winter, 15% Celsius. No snow. Usually it is -30. Oh my God, Bev, where you at? You didn't say where you from, sweetheart. Oranges down here don't taste very. I know it. It is, and I agree with Brandon, it's a universal problem, but we can't change our who we are and what we need by the fact that we have bad food. We got to educate people and get our food sources up. You know, we got to get active and go after these farmers and say, man, get your quality up. Your quality sucks. Shame on you. Get proud of what you make. Not egotistical proud, but loving proud. Look at this, I made for all of you guys. I grew these beautiful oranges for you guys. And me too. Absolutely. Thank you, sweetheart, for the... hey, Daniel. An important message. Oh, it really is that simple. Fruit and leafy greens seem to agree with me the most. What's interesting is this type of eating simplifies other areas of my life. And it does, Daniel. I'm telling you, I've got myself used. I never have cooked in my life. How about that one? I've never cooked. I've been raw since I was 20. So I really don't know what cooking is. I don't, if I live alone, I won't even have something to cook in. I just, it's a waste of time to sit there and cook when you can just chop and eat. I need less and feel more content with simple things. Good, man, you're getting there, Dano. You're getting there, because you're going to find that when the obstructions and the resistance in the body is out and the fluids are moving well, then everybody's moving well. It's kind of like having constipation and moving your bowel. Oh, that felt good. That's what moving lymph is. Oh, that feels so good, because you're starting to feel good. Energy's going up. Obstructions, restrictions, and energy loss and all that to cells are back, and it's just a good thing. And you don't need to eat so much. You forget about counting calories. Who cares about calories? You need less energy because you are energy, and you're getting your body. Really, if you look at this, it's the obstructions that you're eating energy for. Believe it or not, people get all damned up in their energies and they keep trying to get it through their food. Once they open up that flow, you need very little substance physically to maintain your level of health of the human body. Because remember, you as soul are the main energy of the human body, period. Without you, your human body doesn't have a way to go. Also, like you said, the less I eat, the better I feel, depending on how... Exactly. Dano, my man, you got it. You got it. Good job. Proud of you. Love you, bro. The more I get away from the now, and the more food I seem to crave. Amazing, isn't it? How interesting. Everything is all tied together like that, guys. I love you guys. You guys are like they're kind of like the warriors that are sifting through and finding truth from all this crowded and constipated and obstructive states of consciousness down here. You guys are kick butt. I think you must be Florida. Oh, best kept secret. I've been watching you since you started making vids, but haven't been able to keep up. Sorry about that. I'm probably going to be shooting videos for a while. Chris and I were talking. We're up to 500 and some vids, and that's going to be the tip of the iceberg, really, because I've got a lot of single ones to yet make, and then I've just got. I'm going to keep answering your questions. I'm going to keep doing it. Maybe not in the most timeliest manner as I would prefer, because I would love to be able to answer your question just as soon as you need that answered. But I got to have a life too, and I just can't. I'm already, most of my time is involved in this, but I have to have a little R&R in my gardens, or I just freaking go nuts. Is there where I might post medical problem questions? Love, 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 love you too. Oh, Diana. You can post medical questions on here. I just don't, I'm not a medical person. I will say this though, even though I'm pretty forceful and pretty hard on the medical community, it's just that that community needs revamping. And that means that surgery is really their expertise. You take a good surgeon, there's some friggin' lousy surgeons out there that need to have their license yanked, and I think I've given you some cases to show that. These guys are just out there. But surgery is really key to the humans because there's so many of us, so much trauma now. So surgeons are vital to life, I think. Emergency medicine needs to be strapped between naturopathic, homeopathic, and allopathic. Those three need to come together in emergency medicine, and let me tell you, that would be the cat's meow. I'm telling you, you have a problem, you go in a healing center, loosely called hospital, you've got gardens everywhere, your rooms are full of sunlight and light, everything is raw, you get colonics, chiropractic adjustments, qigong, you get your body care. That's a lot of money though. I started to create a center like that. But when you take the best around the world and put them together, you're talking a high dollar problem. And so it's really problematic when you're in a hospital or in a healing center setting and you're doing it that level. That's problematic in costs and things. So you have to look at that side of it too. Some of your best healers are not cheap to get. Oh, thanks for the comment there, Soul Bass Kenny. Woo-hoo, I like that. Soul Bass Kenny. Thanks, man. Appreciate it, bro. Thank you all in every way from the bottom of my heart. I'm gonna, I'm gonna address everything that comes this way. I still love you, Brandon. I want to understand why, but don't get too far down that road. But if you do, you'll see what I'm talking about too. But I understand where you're coming from. My gig is, and that's why on this, my gig is detoxification and healing. I have to say that each will find their own way outside of that, what their body will tolerate, where their consciousness is, absolutely. I can't judge that. But knowing where the core is, and where the healing is, and where the power is, and where the health is, then you can augment from that. But I wouldn't augment too far. If you augment too far away from the raw and away from the fruitarian lifestyle, eventually you're going to feel it again. Because that's where you get here in the first place. Why are you where you're at in the first place? I want to understand why doctors recommend chemo besides a financial reason. What is the benefit? I understand now that it is wrong, but there must be. You know what was interesting on CBS last night? They did a thing on chemo and cancer and stuff. And they kind of did it in an interesting light. But the lady that was was being interviewed, you could tell she had a disdain for chemo because she had been through it and it ravished her so bad. And the comment she was making, if you were listening to her, it's like, ooh. And they were trying to show it in a positive vein and like they need, it was chemo on the younger people.